Hello and welcome to the Voice of TOD. I'm Tom, and in this video we're going to talk about the HBO Last of Us adaptation. We seem to have a budget. We're over here on The Gamer, and let's just jump straight in. HBO's The Last of Us has a $10 million budget per episode. You can't deny that budget. No, I mean that budget is ridiculous. Last of Us is a Walking Dead-esque zombie-style kind of show. Basically, that's what it's going to be. You have Pedro Pascal in it, so his figure's probably gone up since The Mandalorian. I mean, $10 million per episode is insane. HBO's The Last of Us reportedly costs $10 million per episode and will have a minimum of 12 months of shooting. These massive figures come from an interview with IATSE 212 President Damien Pett for CTV News. IATSE 212 is a theatre, technician and film artists association in southern Alberta. Although the interview is more related to how the filming is impacting businesses, it still gives a good insight into the production of The Last of Us. During the interview, Damien Pett said the project well exceeds the 8-figure per episode mark. So there is a multiplier effect on our economy in terms of its impact. There are hundreds of related businesses benefiting from the plethora of work. I mean, if businesses are benefiting, that's one good thing, let's say. In Damien's opinion, The Last of Us is likely the biggest project shooting in Canada, which makes sense when you consider the rumoured budget of $1 million per episode. $10 million budget per episode. Either that's a constant typo, or that's a typo. Rumoured budget of $1 million per episode. I think that should be 10. I'm going to say 10. 10 million per episode. That's what they said earlier, so we'll just go with that. I cannot confirm the official budget numbers, but will say it's likely the largest project shooting in Canada. 10 million sounds a bit more likely when you're saying it's the largest project shooting in Canada. So, cool. Insane, but cool. Damien also said The Last of Us, which commences photography this week, is indeed a monster. It has 5 art directors and employs an army of hundreds of technicians. It has had 6 months of prep and shoots for 12 months. CTV News also reported that the state of Fort Macleod, which is where The Last of Us is currently being filmed, Sue McKeenan, Fort Macleod's Chief Administrative Officer, said, "We are just so honoured that we were one of the towns that was selected to be a host of such a magnificent storyline, as well as all the special effects and everything that are going on with it." Like I mentioned, Walking Dead effects were insane. The zombie stuff was amazing, and how they kind of interacted with the world. I'm thinking, that style of ridiculous, crazy, out-of-the-box, zombie-esque stuff from this. And the budget definitely seems to show that HBO mean business with this. But anyway, let's carry on. According to on-site reports of the filming area, several shops in Fort Macleod are being transformed, although it seems like the area hasn't changed too much at the moment, hinting that filming is still surrounding the game's pre-apocalypse prologue scenes. Don's Barber Shop is one shop that's getting to keep its look. Good for Don. I hope his barbershop does well out of this. So we touched on the castings months ago. I mean, it must be 6 months ago, going by the sounds of that. This is just a ridiculous budget. What an utter craziness of a budget, but we know HBO has the money. We know they're trying to make a big splash with their streaming service, but it's not a global thing like Netflix or Disney Plus or Amazon Prime. And of those three, I mean, Netflix just seems to be eating everything up. So they need to do something big. This could potentially be it. But with gaming not really translating very well over to, I'm going to say movies and TV, it's a bit of a risk. I don't know. I don't have a real connection to The Last of Us. I still haven't played The Last of Us Part 1, let alone Part 2, which is an exceptionally divisive game in itself. I mean, we don't really know what damage that has done to the franchise, but I think something like this, and the power that they seem to be putting in, certainly with that budget, they're going to want everybody to see this. This is the big next, Game of Thrones, which didn't end so well either. I'll try not to look too deep into that. I think the budget is ridiculous. I think that means they're going to have to do this justice, and you are going to see something very special every episode with that. It's not a bad thing. I'm very excited to see this. I would love to see a trailer. I would love to see some pictures of, the cast in costume and get an idea of that. Or maybe we can see some clickers or something. I'm a little bit gobsmacked by the $10 million budget per episode. This is crazy. But for more Last of Us news, do keep an eye on the channel. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.